Hi, my name is Dan.
And I'm Lydia.
And together, we're here to talk cars.
Everything cars. We are getting into the engine of your car, behind the wheels, your trunk, you may call it the boot, your car tires, and everything concerning your car.
And it's important, because it's hard to imagine life in an urban setting like Accra or any African city for that matter without a vehicle. So having one definitely makes things easier. And so we're here to make sure you get the best out of your car. Tell me, Lydia, how did you get into cars this much?
You're really taking me back. I mean, it all started when I had just completed senior high. I got myself a job. My boss, who had a very beautiful BMW, was looking for somebody to send, and none of us could drive, so we didn't have the opportunity to drive. So I took it upon myself to learn to drive. And ever since I went to the driving school, I've always been interested in knowing more about cars. How about you?
It started in my teenage years. My parents had this Peugeot 404. The classic, right?
Wow, that's a classic.
But anytime we went to the workshop and came back, some of the parts had been swapped out. The battery had a practically dead one on it, and some parts were switched out and all that. And so my mom got upset and said, "Look, okay, whenever the car goes to the workshop, it goes with Dan, And so whenever the car went there, I went with it, and I just stayed with it for however long it took for the car to get fixed. Half a day, a couple of hours, whatever. And so I got to know the car very well. And not just that engine, but engines in general.
Wow, so what's our first topic?
Buying a car. It's a good place to start, right?
Yeah, that's a good place to start.
Yeah. What do you look out for if you're in the market for a car? What are the key things to consider?
New or used, truck or sedan, petrol or diesel, or even electric?
Yeah, lots of questions, important ones. We'll get into all of them on this show, Vroom Vroom, where car is king. Let's get our first break, and we'll see you right after that. Let's do this.
Welcome back. Car brands abound. Vehicle types are also very plenty on the market. What car must I get if I am looking for one to buy, and why? To get some good ideas and insights about what to look out for, I decided to come and talk to someone who really knows about cars. I had heard about Nee at Danistraw Auto Center. Okay, once again, my name is Lydia from Vroom Vroom. Can you tell us your name and what you do?
I'm Nee and I fix cars.
You see, he's being modest. I mean, I know he can even create cars, but he says he fixes cars. So let's hear what he has to say. Okay, so today on Vroom Vroom, we want to know what to look out for when one is planning to get a car.
Ooh, there's a lot.
Okay.
Let's start from somewhere. Ideally, if you can afford, you should do a new car.
Okay. Are you saying that it's buying a slightly used car or a second-hand car, they call it, is not good enough?
Basically, it's best if you have an expert look at the vehicle before you buy it.
Okay.
There are certain things the experts will see that you will not see. And we have a system where there are a lot of quacks in it.
Okay.
Most car dealers will never tell you the truth because he wants his money.
Okay.
So you can bring in a flat car, an accident car, which is
when you say a flat car, what do you mean by
a car whereby there's been a hurricane or a flood
Okay.
waters which has entered the system and bring it into the country.
Okay. All right. So is it expensive getting an expert to come have a look at your car before you buy it?
It's not expensive.
Okay, so that, I mean, the
He's
average
not
person...
going to work on the car, so he's just going to have a look and advise you.
Okay.
You need to consider your budget.
Okay.
That is one, because there are a lot of vehicles in the system.
Okay.
If you are in your pension and you assume you buy a Mercedes-Benz, I think it's fair enough.
A Mercedes-Benz that is brand
new. And you enjoy it till you kick the bucket.
Okay.
Yes. But if you are now starting life, that is as we call it in Ghana, and you have bills to pay and all that, you can't afford a brand new Mercedes-Benz because your salary might not be able to buy a Benz and fix it.
Okay. So are there instances where somebody can get a slightly used car and then it's still very effective as a brand new car?
Oh yes. It all depends on what you're going to use the vehicle for.
Okay.
If you live in Accra, presumably somewhere in Accra which is close to your office, and you buy a used car, you can enjoy it for a long while.
Okay.
But if you live in, say, Kumasi, your family is in Kumasi, you have to trek to Accra every week, and you buy a used car which is not very, very good, which is also not, let's say, new,
Okay.
slightly used, as we put it,
Okay.
you cannot enjoy the car for long.
Okay, so what would you advise somebody getting a car for the first time to go in for, be it a truck or a saloon car?
A lot of things come into play. Where you're going to work, how often you're going to be on the road. You need to consider all those things before getting a car. That's why it's always best to talk to an expert who can advise you on where and how and whatever goes into it. Assuming you are going to be moving from, say, Koforidua to Accra daily, it will be advisable to get a high clearance vehicle.
Okay.
If you're going to drive on rough terrains very often, then you can think of getting a four-wheel drive.
Okay.
If you are doing farming or going to move goods, then you can consider a truck or what we call pickups.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you're going to drive only in town, say 10-20 kilometers a day, you can get a small vehicle, be it a saloon, which we call, you can have a sedan, a hatchback, or an estate. But ideally, if you're going to move in an estate, that means you have a large family.
Oh, so if I got you right,
Yeah.
you mentioned a saloon and you mentioned a sedan. That means that those two cars are different.
Yes.
Oh,
But
okay.
they fall in the same category, but they are different.
Oh, okay.
They are different in terms of the body shape
Okay.
and the size.
Okay. All right, viewers, this is the first time I'm hearing this. I mean, like, I would have thought that if you say a saloon car, you mean a sedan, but there's a slight difference. You can have a hatchback and an estate all classified under saloon. In this part of our world, what cars would you advise us to go in for, be it an electric car, petrol, or diesel? But first of all, can you tell us what the difference is between the petrol, the diesel, and the electric cars?
Okay. Petrol engines are more silent.
Okay.
Diesel cars formerly used to be noisy, but now with direct injection, they are a bit silent.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you don't even hear it make noise
Okay.
at all. Then we have the electric cars, which run on batteries and a generator.
Oh.
Let me talk about the electric cars first. If you're someone who likes speed, you won't enjoy an electric car.
Okay.
Then you have to also consider how to get it charged. Over here, you need a station to be charging. As this now, I don't know which of the stations does that.
As in, you need to charge the car
Charge
like
the
a
batteries,
battery?
yes,
Oh, wow.
to be driving around with it.
Wow.
As at now, I don't know who does it.
Okay.
So I would not advise you to get an electric car.
Does that mean we don't have a lot of people using electric cars in Ghana?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I know of hybrid cars.
Okay.
A lot of people are using it now.
Okay.
It also comes with it runs on batteries and then an engine,
Oh,
whereby the engine cuts off when you're in traffic
Oh, okay.
and kicks back in when you are at low speed.
That means that you are saving a lot of fuel, I guess.
Yes, with hybrid cars you save a lot
Okay.
of fuel.
Okay.
But then again, you don't have a lot of people who can really work on them.
Okay.
So I will not advise you to get hybrid car if you're a first-time user.
Can it also be because of the cost? It must be expensive.
Yes, it is expensive.
Okay.
Diesel are a little noisy, and then diesel needs attention.
Such
The-
as?
The attention it needs is you need to be very observant.
Okay.
And a first-time user might not be able to really use a diesel vehicle.
Okay.
And also depends on the purpose for which you are using the vehicle. If you're a first-time user and you want to conserve fuel and you'll be traveling a lot, you can use a diesel vehicle.
Oh, okay. So
But-
diesel cars are also more fuel,
Yes.
economical.
Yes, they are.
Oh, okay.
And if you talk about petrol, first-time user, I need to know the purpose for which the first-time user is using a vehicle.
Okay.
It's going to be driving, say, 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers a day. You can buy a petrol engine, but a small-size petrol engine.
Okay.
If you're going to be traveling and you need speed,
Okay.
right, then you have to buy a big engine.
All right. But
And then big engines give comfort,
okay.
but the small
Obviously.
yes.
Obviously. So, but like we all know, there are a lot of people out there who think that it's better to get a diesel car because they last longer than the petrol cars. Is there any truth in that?
That I would not say so. You know, vehicles now are more like humans.
Okay.
They speak English
Okay.
or the language which is programmed to.
Okay.
So if you treat a vehicle well,
Okay.
it will last long for you.
Okay, so viewers, by now I know if you're planning to get a new car, you know who to talk to. You need to find an expert like him. And so far, you know whether you're choosing between a new car or slightly used car, between a truck or a saloon car, between a petrol, diesel, or an electric car. Follow me, let's go to town and let's see how it is on the market.